What's up, everyone? My name's Garrett. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm just giving you my recap of my account over the last 24 hours. It's just after the restart, so we've got all of our objectives to go through again. Uh, Today has been a relatively slow day on the account, unfortunately. We've only gone up 2 account levels from 36 through to 38, and a lot of my characters have not really gone up in terms of growth by level. We've seen a few characters jump up into the blue tier, which is good, but it's been a pretty slow day, I feel. We added Talia to the roster just a few minutes ago, which was nice. Other than that, it really has just been more about trying to get characters up in gear levels. You'll notice that Zeb and Chopper are now in the blue tier, which is nice, but they still obviously have a little bit of work to do. Zeb's only a 3-star, so he's not the worst. Chopper's in the same boat, and so is Ezra at the moment. They're not the worst, but they are falling behind a little bit. I actually think Ezra's pretty powerful still for a 3-star. He's got 1942 power. You can see just down the bottom here. If we go up to Kanan, he's our strongest character at the moment. He's 2280. So I imagine once we get Ezra to 4-stars, he probably would level out with Kanan a little bit. But it has, as I said, it has been a slow day. Yesterday I was saying that I was feeling the account slowing down a little bit, and today I felt it, I would say, pretty much in full effect. And the reason being is now it's taking a lot to level the account up to the next level. It's taking 1,000 experience points. It is just the way that it is. I knew I would reach this point eventually. For a new player, I must strongly recommend, and I don't think this really needs to be said, but I will say it anyway, that doing these daily missions, you can see just like here in the reward section, the XP one, this is all account XP, so it's actually really worth your time to go through it and make sure that you are completing these things every day. Like 125 XP for completing everything, as well as getting XP for everything else. It does make your life a little bit easier. I did a short recently as well, discussing the reason why it's good to do your little quests here. I'm really trying to get this one done at the moment. I need that account to come up 2 more levels, and then I can do the 3 Galactic Wars, and it will give me my last Phoenix character that I'm looking for the time being. It has been, as I said, just a slower day on the account all around. And for the first time too, I actually found that I was out of energy altogether, and I've had to wait to get more energy back. So I feel like we're sort of more in that area of a normal player now, where it will just be, oh, I can log in and I can do all this, and it's fun, but I will eventually hit that point where I run out of energy and I have a decision to make. Do I spend gems? Do I refresh my energy so that I can keep going? At this stage, the answer to that for myself is no. I think the reason for that at the moment is I spent a lot of time playing this game today. I had a day off, so it was good to sort of relax and just play the game casually while I was like watching a couple of TV shows. But it has just gotten to that point where I'd burnt all the energy and I'm like, oh, I think I've had enough for the time being. So I must admit, as much as it stops progression, it was quite nice to get to that point where it's like, okay, I can move away from the game for the time being. I don't want this game to feel like a job, to the point where it's like, if I'm not doing the most optimum thing every time I get energy, it's just wasted time. It's not the way that this game is for myself. I really just want to be able to play the game for the time being, just casually, and just collect characters and talk about teams that I build and all that sort of stuff. Once the account is a little bit more established, then there can be a discussion about teams and compositions and all that sort of stuff. I actually feel like I want to do a basic new player guide, or not, maybe not a guide. I think that's a bit of a stronger word, but a review of the Phoenix team once I fill out the team itself and have some time to work with them and see how good they are and how they synergize together. But That's going to be, I think, probably after a few more days yet, because we still haven't got the last character, and I'm probably going to want to star them up a little bit more so I can get a little bit more of a realistic look of how they synergize. The reason for that is some of the characters' abilities don't unlock at low star level. You actually need to rank them up, and so they have more stars so that you can get everything. So there is a little bit more work to do in that respect, but that is part of the game. Like, if it just stayed at the pace that it was, it would just be, I feel like you'd just be playing it all the time. And whilst it's not a bad thing, I think the game is good. I think the game is enjoyable. The random elements of trying to get more gear for your characters and all that sort of stuff is part of the reason why it's really slow, and I think part of the reason why many players would burn out. So it's nice to know that there is a limit for the day if you don't choose to spend money, which is where I am at the moment. So I don't really want that to come off as like a negative. I don't want people to sit there. If you're sitting here going, oh, well, you've just said you really like the game, I don't want you to think that it's me saying it's bad, that I have to wait to play it again. This game is very much designed around that concept of, oh, you can pick it up, you can play it for a little bit. If you want to burn through all your energy, you're looking at maybe like, I don't know, maybe about half an hour's worth of gameplay, maybe a little bit more, depending on what your level your account is. But if you don't have time to do that, you can just jump in for like 2 battles or 3 battles and just see what you can get. Or maybe you'll just play for the 15 odd minutes or so, or half an hour it takes to get your dailies done. Whatever the reason, it is designed around this pick up and put down gameplay, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. So all in all, I think that's about it for this video. As I said, there's not really much to tell. We're just trying to strengthen up our characters and get the last character of the Phoenix Squad. There is another character of the Phoenix Squad, Captain Rex, I want to get, but I actually want to try and get Hera first and then go from there. I am actually thinking about doing a review for this game after 7 days from a new player's perspective. It's not going to be a incredibly in-depth review. It's going to be more of a highlight of what I've experienced so far, why I think the game is good, why I think maybe it's perhaps a little bit daunting for new players, some weaknesses I feel like the game has, and we'll go from there. But it's really going to be quite lighthearted. I really just want to sort of try and capture lightning in a bottle and sort of give a new player a really short roundup of what they can expect to see over 7 days, rather than just going, yeah, the game's good, here's some awesome characters, do this, and you'll get to here in 7 days and all that sort of stuff. Sort of want to paint it in the picture where it's like, okay, if you're doing this every day and you're going through this and you're collecting this, this is what your account will look like. If you're doing this and you're not doing this, you'll miss out on this and this. If you collect these characters, and so on and so forth. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but I think that will be good. And then who knows, maybe I'll do a review at a month, a review at 6 months. I sort of was thinking about it today, just how far would I take this sort of thing. Like, if I going back to the review of the Phoenix Squad, obviously I'm missing a few things. There's still some things in my character sheets that are locked. So how deep can you go with the review of a squad and of a character system and a combat system that doesn't have, or the RPG system that doesn't have all the elements unlocked? It's probably going to lead more into just a review and a first impressions. So I think it's going to be interesting. I'm very interested to hear what other people think of this. I will take all comments and criticism seriously. I will try and answer any questions or comments I get back as truthfully as I can and as genuinely as I can. I will answer every comment that comes through. So feel free to open up the discussion and tell me what you think about it. But apart from that, I will see you in the next video. You have a good one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, have a good one. See ya.